So I've noticed that my retargeting ads where I'm trying to generate the leads are not really getting the click-through rate or the conversions that I want them to get. And one thing that I thought may be causing this is the quality of the audience that I'm retargeting. So currently I'm retargeting people who either watch 10 seconds of one of my top of funnel videos, they visit my website, or they engage with my ad in some kind of way by liking it or by clicking through to my page. So Ahmed on the Bigger Pockets forum suggested that maybe instead of just showing them the top of funnel video and retargeting anyone who watched that for 10 seconds, I should create a second video. And the idea is that someone will watch that first video, and once they've watched that for 10 seconds, I'll then serve them an ad with the second video. Now, if they watch that second video also for 10 seconds, so they watch the first video for 10 and then the second video for 10, we can be pretty sure that they're a little bit more qualified than the people who just watch one video. So I'm going to try setting that up and creating a retargeting campaign for people who have watched both of those videos for 10 seconds or more. And we'll see if I'm able to improve some of my metrics like my click-through rate and hopefully my conversion rate to getting some leads.
So you can see I have two ad sets here. I'll jump into this first one. And the targeting is very similar for both ad sets. You can see I have a pretty low budget on it because I'm only targeting people who watched that top of funnel video in the last 5 days. And you can see I'm targeting people here who watched in the last 5 days, video watchers 5, any of the top of funnel videos for 10 seconds or more. And you can see here's the ad that I'm targeting them with. So I'm changing up the copy and the video. I took some of the videos that had performed almost as well as the top performing video and took them and added them to this campaign. I didn't want people to get fatigued from seeing the same video, so I did change it up, and I changed up the copy a little bit here as well. So what's going to happen is in the first 5 days after someone watches 10 seconds of the top of funnel campaign, we're going to try to show them this video. And then if they also watch this video for 10 seconds, we're going to know that they're motivated, and then I'm going to try to build other audiences around this, and then maybe only serve those people the lead generation ad. So you'll see that's the first 5 days. I have this one video here, and I also mix this with a different strategy. You can see I have a second ad set here called Video Watcher 10. So we'll jump into this. I didn't want to just pound them with the same video for 10 days, so I decided that different videos may potentially resonate with different people. So what I did is I took this audience and I created an audience of anyone who watched the top of funnel in the last video for 10 seconds in the last 10 days. But then you can see down here is I excluded under here, I have a lot of exclusions, but the important one for here is that I excluded anyone who's watched a top of funnel video in the last 5 days. So they're not going to see these two campaigns at once. They'll first be served this video for 14 days, and then they'll be served this second video, the second ad set and second video for days 5 to 10. And the idea behind that, like I said, is I think some videos may resonate with different people, but if they watch either of these videos for 10 seconds, that means they watched the top of funnel video for 10 seconds and this video for 10 seconds, so they're probably at least more qualified that they may be interested in selling. And then you can also see down here the other exclusion I have is if anyone has watched these qualifying videos, I obviously don't need to show it to them again because I'm then going to push them down to the middle funnel audience and try to generate a lead from them. So we'll see how this experiment goes. I'm going to run it for 4 or 5 days, see what comes out of it. Maybe try to create some audiences around that. Maybe even create some lookalike audiences based on this if I'm getting a pretty high engagement on these videos. So I'll keep you guys in the loop.
So here are the results of those two audiences in my retargeting lead generation ad campaign. And I'm going to try to determine which one is better. So we can see this one right here. If you look in the ad set name, you'll see that it says qualifying videos 10 seconds. So those are the only people in those audience are people who watched that second video and that first video, both for 10 seconds or more. And the other audience just includes all the other retargeting audience I've used. It just excludes the people who watched
the qualifying videos of both videos. So this could be people who visited the website, this could be people who engaged with my ad in another way, or maybe they only watched the first video for 10 seconds. And we're going to see how they compare to each other. The amount of leads wasn't really significant, so it's kind of hard to judge here. I mean, you can see the cost per lead. This one's about double. That one being the retargeting for all the other audiences was about double the cost of the retargeting for the qualifying video. But since we only had 3 leads total, there's no real statistical significance here, so we can't really use that as a metric. So I decided to, if you go over here, we can look at some other stuff here. So we can look at the click-through rate for the link. So that's people, in that case, who open that lead form. It's pretty much the same, between those two. So there's not really a clear winner there. And then actually the click-through rate all, which could also be people clicking through to my page instead of just my lead form, it's actually a tiny bit lower for the qualifying video audience, which is interesting, and that also makes my my cost per click higher for the all clicks. And then over here, the cost per click for the link clicks, even though they're about the same percentage, it's actually a little bit higher, about 12 cents higher, and that's just because Facebook is charging me. My CPM is higher, so that's my cost per 1,000 impressions. So after looking at all this, I didn't really see too much advantage to using that qualifying video. I think that I do need to work on reshooting some of my videos in general to appeal more to the right audience. These aren't really the click-through rates that I want to be seeing on a retargeting ad. I'd like to get these up significantly higher. One other metric that it can be helpful to look at is the unique click-through rate. So I looked at that here. Those numbers are definitely better because the reason this number is higher than the previous click-through rate is that sometimes I'm reserving those ads to those people because even though they click, they didn't actually fill out the lead form, so I'm still trying to get them to do that. These numbers are more in the range that I'd be looking for, but I'm still, at the end of the day, I didn't see too much of a difference between these two audiences. I'm going to go back, reshoot some videos, try to use some video and retargeting, and see if that can improve instead of trying to narrow through just these audience metrics. So I'll go over that in some of my next videos. I'll reshoot some videos, and we'll see where we'll get from there.